Hello friends and adventurers, and welcome back to Sally Cat Plays Blades of Exile. I stopped back in Sweet Grove to get a little bit of training off screen, so some characters are perhaps slightly stronger, slightly healthier. But it is time to continue our explorations! And I think I recall at least one more secret thing on this side of the map. It looks like someone was camped here recently. Whoever they were, they cleaned up well when they left. Perhaps one of the many roaming groups of bandits. Yay, more health for Margot. And more gold for everyone. I'm gonna stop including those random battles pretty soon, I think. Here we go. You wouldn't have noticed it if you weren't right on top of it. For reasons unknown, someone left a small buckler here, barely concealed behind a large rock. Finders keepers, losers weepers. And a level up for Thistle as well! Hooray! I think that's all the hidden stuff to find here. Oh, there's something by the river. Definitely lots of brigands wandering around. As you walk along the river, you find a small, comfortable beach. The river flows by to the southwest, and the water flowing by looks very tempting. Do you drink some? The water is very pleasant. It's cool and refreshing, so much so that it's hard to believe that the Vale has been having any troubles at all. Interesting. Compared to the water farther downstream, which is very icky indeed. As you walk along this path, you notice that a bit of the river splits off into a smaller channel, which then flows under the hill to the south. You wonder where the water goes. And we find a school entry. School of Magery, closed, off limits. Empire Order SMH 451D. So apparently the people of Sweet Grove just don't explore very much outside of their town. Or, more of them would know about the School of Magery. At least that it exists. For the first time, you stand at the entrance to the School of Magery. You know practically nothing about it. It's a huge structure, and was clearly once quite beautiful. You have no idea how far down it goes, or what wonders and horrors are concealed inside. It's been abandoned by its former owners. That much is clear. There is dust and trash everywhere, and the massive portcullis just inside is closed to travelers. But why did they leave? And what is inside? And most importantly, does it have anything to do with the curse that is tearing the Vale apart bit by bit? You stand before a massive iron portcullis. To the right, on the wall, you notice a small circular depression. Interestingly, it looks like a Viso stone would fit snugly inside it. You place the stone into the depression. It's a perfect match. You wait for several minutes, hoping that something will happen. Nothing does. Disappointed, you remove the stone from the depression. Only then does something unusual happen. The hole fades away before your eyes, leaving a blank wall. Nothing else happens. Okay. another iron portcullis, and another small circular hole in the wall next to it. Basically the same thing as last time. And we're 3 for 3. The hole fades away before your eyes, leaving a blank wall, and nothing else happens. And another special dot. As you walk along the river, you find a small, comfortable beach. The river flows to the south, and the water flowing by looks tempting. Do you drink some? You kneel down and drink the water. It tastes incredibly unpleasant and acrid, and your tongue and lips burn as you sip it. At first, it seems like the stuff isn't having any other effect. Then you start to feel ill. I don't feel like dealing with that much disease right now, so we are reloading. But very interesting that the water is fresh up here and turns foul right after the hill containing the School of Magery. Now, is there anything else in this area worth checking out? Oh, there's something. Interesting. Someone left a skull balanced on a rock here, for no reason you can determine. Well, the skull is identified. It's not magic. It is a type of gem, stone, etc. with value of 0. Okay. It is, alas, not a talking skull. That's all for that corner. So let's just keep following the river then. Nothing particularly of note for a while over here. Valgrak Marsh. I suppose this place was a marsh even before the curse began. Maybe I should be investigating this wall of the Vale for secrets as well. Ho ho. Oh no, it's the edge of the world! You're getting close to the end of this long, winding valley. When you look ahead, however, you see what could be trouble. It's a drake, a full 40 feet from head to tail, and it's looking right at you. Drakes are vicious, bloodthirsty creatures. However, oddly, this one doesn't seem to want to attack you. It's just watching you. You can't help but wonder why. Well, I'm sure I would be utterly flattened by a drake at this level, so I'm going to approach and not attack. You walk up to the drake. When you do, it surprises you by bowing its head in greeting. "I am Zorvas," it says in a peculiar accent. "I am here in the hopes of finding help, and my luck is here in you." It's hard to understand him. "I am here to be striving for completing the tests to be a great Drake Lord, but there is one thing I am never finding in 30 years of looking. I need the tooth of a Drake Lord. I cannot this find. If you can be bringing this, I will reward you well and give you no harm. This is a Drake's oath, I swear." He then spreads his wings and flies off. As he goes, he shouts, "Return here when it you are having. Luck to you." Then he is gone. Sure, because I'm going to have better luck finding a Drake Lord's tooth than you have in 30 years. But we are adventurers, and adventurers are special. Oh, I see a cave entrance. Fungal cavern. Let's use one of those lamps. Lamps are heavy. You've stumbled upon a strange, hidden underground wonderland. The air is cool and damp, the perfect atmosphere for the variety of fungi growing down here. Molds, mosses, mushrooms, and toadstools form a wild, undisturbed fairyland, which you are now free to frolic about in. It's actually quite lovely, and you can't imagine anything down here trying to hurt you. That means something down here is definitely going to try to hurt us. But also, I like this white cave floor, or a very pale gray. I like it a lot better than the bright, eye-searing blue from Exile 3. If I was to play the Exile series with the updated graphics, I would want to mod in this cave floor instead of the blue cave floor. So I can take up some tasty mushrooms. There's also some rocks lying around to grab. If for some reason I wanted to do that. So will we find anything in here relating to the curse on Skylark Vale? Let's find out. Bleh. Poison. Just walk it off. We'll be fine. I really hope I don't have to keep a supply of rocks on hand in my inventory if I want to use that sling. That would get heavy pretty fast. The moist atmosphere of these tunnels is starting to make you feel chilly. Okay. Oh no, a bat! Ooh, I see some alchemical ingredient, perhaps. Asp tongue mold. That sounds like it will be poisonous. Well, so far we've gotten a decent supply of food out of here. I see bones. Icy bones? Some message is etched into this wall. You can't understand what it says. And another bat. Not anymore. Okay, that just brings us back to this tunnel. Whatever's back here is probably not worth stepping through swamp. Indeed, it was not. Oh, really? Poison is still there? Alright. While this fungus-infested series of caverns seemed completely undisturbed, it's quite clear that someone has been here before. You find the walls of some sort of stone structure. The dark stone is covered with thin cracks, as well as many thick patches of mold and lichen. Whatever it is, it's been here for quite some time. And it has a hidden door. Concealed crypt. You find your way inside the structure, which is definitely a crypt. Bones crunch underfoot. However, they aren't the bones of those buried here, but of those unfortunate enough to stumble upon this place. There has been no shortage of spelunkers and adventurers slain here by the undead residents of this crypt. These lost souls are even now rising up, hoping to have you join them in their eternal, moldy slumber. Whoa. We've got a rear guard coming up. With only level 3 spells, this could get a little hairy. I could have used the weak healing potion on Margot instead of spending spell points. Welp. Owie. I want to do a lot of blessing. Okay, Margot is at 0 health, but she is pretty safe. I think. And since Thistle is a priest, turn undead. Ooh, that was effective. Only one target, but pretty good damage. No killing Thistle. Thistle has no spell points. That's a problem. This is dangerous because Margot does have more hit points than Thistle. Margot is also a squishy wizard. Ugh. Nearly out of damaging spells. Phew! Okay, lights are tough. But even at low level, I am still tougher. Haha. Walking back behind the bier, you notice a small niche in its back near the floor. You bend down and peer inside, and can make out a long, slender blade. There's also a number of small jewels. Looks like quite a haul. Let's hope it's not cursed. Unfortunately, you seem to have triggered some sort of a curse. The fate for grave robbers in this crypt is pretty unpleasant. Racking stomach cramps double you over, and it feels like acid is coursing its way around your veins instead of blood. I am very poorly equipped to handle that right now. I would really like to get that haul, but I think I might have to come back here when I'm a little bit stronger. Everybody help make sure to remind me so I don't forget to do that. Oh, that's not the way I want to go. Did I give Margot the frail trait? I did, to make up for her being both magically apt and highly alert. That may have been a mistake, honestly. I didn't realize just how badly poison would affect a frail character. Weak to physical blows is fine, because she's a squishy wizard. She shouldn't be taking that many blows anyway. Oh boy. Oh dear. Now that the curse has decimated the Vale's animal population, the creatures higher up the food chain seem to have decided to hunt other prey. You encounter a group of bears. Hunger has made them desperate, and desperation has made them hunt something they normally wouldn't. You. Oh no, bears! Okay, bear bites do a lot of damage. Force Field might actually be a very good spell to have right now. That was super effective. The monsters are dead. And of course, where there are monsters, there is loot as well. It doesn't take long to find the bear's lair. You search inside. It's pretty disturbing. There's no shortage of dead travelers and broken weapons. The only thing you find worth saving is an old, rusty breastplate. You take it with you. It might be worth something. I've got a mystery buckler and a mystery breastplate. I should really get those identified. Because I could use some better armor. You reach a smaller, higher valley, only reachable from inside the Vale. You immediately notice a huge difference between this valley and the Vale. The curse seems to have passed this valley over. You see a small lake, surrounded by happy animals and healthy plants. The air is clean and fresh, with no constant scent of decay. It's a nice change of pace. And more bear. Also, I would say bears aren't really monsters, they're just wildlife. Okay, I thought that was another entrance, but it is not. Nothing up there. Oh, come on, how many bears are there? One less now. This land belongs to Pangle. Keep away. You arrive at a true rarity in Skylark Vale, a working farm. The plants are not afflicted by rot. The animals are not dying. A small lake fails to assail your noses with acrid fumes. It's a nice change of pace. You said that already. Bleh. Sometimes it's hard to tell where the edge of the map actually is. Shed. Good to know. There's a dog. Rover! Pangle's dog runs up to you and frolics around your feet. Yaw. To your great surprise, he says, "Woof! I'm Rover, for what it's worth. Woof!" Well, I keep that worthless ball of wool in line. Wonderful. Wise master calls it grazer. I call it dummy. I'm supposed to keep it quiet and in line, so master can cut its fur off. Woof! When master is not around, though, it bugs me all the time. Bark! Do me a favor? It sniffs you briefly and thinks, go call it dummy for me. If I do it, master will hit me. You can do it just fine. Pfft, okay. Apparently I can't ask the dog about his master. I can talk to a sheep. You see a sheep. It's been recently shorn and looks unhappy about its lot. It looks dolefully up at you. Meh! Master calls me grazer. Meh! Odd, this sheep seems to be talking. Meh! I grow nice fur to keep me warm and happy, and then that foul hound chases me and master cuts it all off. Meh! It's a crime, I tell you. Master takes my fur. Bah! Later he'll probably take my meat. Bah! This is no kind of life, I can tell you. Grazing on a mountainside, covered in a nice thick layer of my own fur. Bah! That would be great. Bah! I think you meant to say layer and not layer there. Whatever. Well, I can't ask about the hound directly. I can call him a dummy. It rears back in sheeply offense. You've been talking to the dog, haven't you? Bah! It thinks. Well, you tell him he's smelly. See how he likes that. If I can find him again. Hey, Rover, you smell. He growls. That worthless hunk of mutton. Woof! Tell him that. He's mutton. See what he thinks about that. Yeah, I'm not going to participate in this animal conflict anymore. Home of Pangle. Keep away. There is no help for you here. I'm an adventurer, therefore a locked door is merely another form of invitation. Sup? You meet the owner of this farm, who is clearly upset about your intrusion into his home. He watches you stoically, clearly unwilling to speak. He grants you one word. Pangle. He stares at you quietly. Okay then. There is nothing we can do here right now. Except fight off a baby Hydra, apparently. Ow. Multiple heads means it can bite me multiple times. Finally. Jeez, Brent, quit getting your arm chewed off. When was the last time I saved? Oh, phooey. You know, I might just pick this back up in a new episode. Until then, have a good one, everybody.